Hey, how are you? It's Kathy coming at you with my face here on this one. On my son's computer. Hey, how are you? This is Kathy, and as promised, I have my face on this presentation. I have my son's computer, and I'm literally sitting on his beanbag chair in our room that we all share with no one in it currently. You'll have to forgive my hair. I've had a hat on literally all day, and I should probably be wearing it right now, but I forgot it downstairs, and I don't have time to run back down and get it and bring it back up. Well, I do have time, but I just don't want to. But I'm kind of rushing this video because I need to pick up my kids from school, and it took a little while longer to set this up than I anticipated. So hopefully I don't rush too much, but I am under a bit of a time constraint. But anyways, that is not your problem. That's just my time issues, okay? Just getting it out there. So today we're looking at the debt snowball from the Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Just use the mouse. So just to recap from last week, or last presentation, to see whether or not you are ready to start your debt snowball. If you are totally focused on paying off debt, forget about that R there. It's a miss on my proofreading. You're ready to start your debt snowball if you are using a budget, if you are using cash for most of your transactions, if you are using the envelope system for saving money, and you have $1,000 in your emergency fund. Now you are ready to start your debt snowball. And the debt snowball is the step that I am currently at and will be at for quite some time by the looks of things. So the debt snowball. The purpose of the debt snowball is to pay off your debt so you can start building your wealth. So instead of paying your creditors every month, you are investing your money in things like real estate or stocks or something that will actually, or mutual funds, things that will actually build your money, build your wealth instead of just take your money, okay? And the debt snowball is not complicated, but it is difficult. It is hard to stick to. And we've been at this stage for maybe a month or so, and it's hard to keep vigilant and not spend money. And sometimes you will spend money, but as long as you recognize, like, okay, if I spent more money here, I need to take some away from down here, like as long as it's kind of even still, you're okay. You just can't go out and buy like a brand new car, okay? And the debt repayment is more about modifying behavior than being perfect with your math. It's mind over numbers. Like your math won't be perfect when you're starting off your budgets and things like that. Things change and they get modified. And I mean, you'll have a general idea of what's going on, but it's more about your mindset and knowing when you're spending money, why you're spending money, and do you have the money to spend. And I have a notebook. If you see me looking down, I'm just consulting my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so step 1 of the debt snowball is to list all of your debts in order from smallest balance to the largest. Okay, this is except your home. You don't add your mortgage payments into this. It comes up further into the money makeover, okay? So don't worry about your home. Your home doesn't count because the way Dave Ramsey sees it, your home is an asset. And in only rare cases should you sell your home to get out of debt, like certain criteria. But so anyways, for now, just leave your home out of all of your list of creditors. Also, interest rates don't matter. Just list from the smallest to the largest balance, okay? Doesn't matter what the interest rates are for any of those balances. Why you want to list from smallest to largest? Because you want to pay off the smallest debts first. And this is because to give you a quick win, right? Like if you started with your balance that was like $100,000 and it took you like 5 years to pay off, is that really going to keep you motivated? Are you going to stay motivated paying that down slowly? You're more likely to stay motivated if you pay off like If you say you have an outstanding cell phone bill, you get that under wraps in a couple weeks or a couple days, however long it takes. Then maybe a low credit card, maybe like $1,000 credit card bill, you pay that down, and then you pay the next one down. And the more you start paying down, the more you see how much extra money you could be having or like investing, and the more you get motivated to save. I'm just going to move my head off of the, oh, maybe not. Sorry, I'm blocking a number there, but not a number. I'm blocking a letter. Anyways, I got sidetracked there. You want quick wins. It keeps you way more motivated. Like, we had a small credit card bill that got paid off quickly, and it's like such a relief to have that paid off, even though it wasn't a huge amount. It's like, okay, this one's done. Whew, feel good. Now let's tackle the next one. Right? That's the mentality you want. Okay, now what's next? What's next? What's next? Let's get this done. Okay. Yeah, it does definitely help keep you motivated throughout this process, is to pay off your smallest debts first. So while you're paying off the smallest debts, you are keeping the minimum payments paid up on all the other bills, right? You don't want those to go into arrears or anything like that. So you pay the minimum balances on your other credit cards or what other bills you have, but you keep every last dollar you earn extra or find or scrounge around for, anything goes towards that lowest payment that you want to pay off first. Every extra penny goes towards that. And then when that first debt is paid off, the money you use to pay that debt, you use to pay down debt number 2. And again, you scrounge and save money, and you find every single penny that you can, and you put that towards your second smallest debt, right? And then when that second smallest debt is paid off, you put all that money that you're putting towards that debt to your third debt, your third highest debt. And that's the debt snowball. It keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. You want to find money from everywhere, okay? You need paying these down in as timely manner as you can is so important, just to stay motivated and keep going, and just to learn better spending habits, right? Because we got into this mess because we didn't have any spending habits, any good ones, or any, consequences, I guess. I guess this is our consequence. So, yeah, so just keep paying the minimum payments on all your other debts. Don't let those lapse, okay? That's not good. Step number 2 in the debt snowball. So this is a pretty straightforward step. Keep using the debt snowball to pay off all your debts until you have just your home to pay for. So like the previous slide, you're using that debt snowball to pay down all your debts. Keep doing that until everything is paid off. That is the debt snowball. That is the step. You pay your minimum payment, or you pay minimum payments on all your credit cards. Your smallest balance, it gets all of your extra money that you can come up with. And once that's paid off, you go to your second debt, blah, 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 all the way down until you're debt free. I can't wait to make that video. So, except for your home. That's separate, but you get the picture. Okay, so I put in a little troubleshooting section because, that debt snowball sounds all well and good. We're like, oh, I can do that. But something's come up, right? So what if your debt snowball won't roll? So sometimes after making a budget, there is barely enough money to make all of your minimum payments. So what do you do then? What if you can just make your minimum payments on all your credit cards and can't put anything extra towards your smallest payment? There's a few things you can do. Number 1, you can sell your stuff. You go through your house and start selling things that you don't use or don't mean anything to you. I got rid of, when we moved across country, I got rid of tons of stuff through Kijiji. That's a Canadian one, like a Canadian Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. There's lots of places to get rid of it, or have a yard sale. I never really wanted to have a yard sale, so I got rid of most of my things on Kijiji. But weights and workout things that I didn't use or didn't have room for anymore, I got rid of. I am not very attached to items they don't, I don't have an emotional attachment to most items, so it was not hard for me to get rid of a lot of stuff. And I did, and we made money enough to move, pay for cash for a lot of things to move back, for hotels and things when we move back across country. So it definitely helps to sell things. And that will give you a quick influx in cash. Well, maybe not quick, but it'll give you an influx in cash for at least the time being to get your debt snowball rolling. I mean, eventually you'll run out of things to sell, so you'll have to come up with something else, but this is just to get things started. Number 2 you could do is sell a vehicle. If you have 2 vehicles and you only need one, maybe you and your partner can share a vehicle. You can sell the one with the highest payment, right? Sell the one with the most debt attached to it. That will free up a lot of cash, and you can put that amount of payment onto your credit card. And number 3, make more money. That's where we are at right now. I don't work out of the house, and I need to. That's where we're at. Make more money. I mean, we are paying off debt, but I want to pay it off faster. So I need to bring in some income, okay? So how you do this, work extra hours at your current job, or get a second job, or get a first job if you don't have a current paying one like me. I know it doesn't sound like fun, like, oh, I have to work more to get this, but it's temporary. It's not forever. As long as you apply the principles in this book and learn how to manage your money better, hopefully you'll never find yourself in the same position, so you won't have to keep up your job forever. Okay? Make your second job. Yeah. So if you have a vision of being debt-free and you need more money to get the debt snowball rolling, sometimes it just might get uncomfortable and you'll need to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. How bad do you want it? Yeah. Once you get started paying off this debt and you can see that it's actually working, you want to get rid of it. I hate having debt and I want to get rid of it. And I'm trying to make money online right now, but it's not really working for me yet. I'm going to keep doing it, but in the meantime, I need to bring home some money that we can put right on our debt repayment. And that's what I'm setting out to do. So, yeah, it's not that fun to think about getting another job or getting a job. But how bad do you want it, right? How bad do you want to see zeros on all your credit card statements? Really bad for me. And I'm sure for you too if you're watching this video. So just a little recap. What is the debt snowball? List your debts from smallest to largest balance. Pay off your smallest debt as quick as possible. Pay your minimum balance on all other debt. Keep paying off your smallest balance with all extra money you find until you are left with just your house payment. And if your debt snowball won't roll, try making more money by selling things, working more, or getting rid of payments, like selling your car. All right, guys, I think next talk is going to be budgeting. Ooh, how fun, right? Dave Ramsey has a program. Oh, I didn't put it on here, but oh yeah, I did. Everydollar.com I'm going to be going through. And I will also show you my calendar system and how I use it to keep everything on track and how I keep everything straight when I plan when I'm going to pay my debts each month. And yeah, so I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Hope you learned something. And hope you like seeing my dumb face here. Oh. And so stay positive and work hard. All right, until the next one, guys.